Hello dear friends. You may feel surprised. Sometimes in accounts lecture the entire board is empty. Sometimes it is house full. What is that? But let me tell you that sometimes it is needed that you have to study by your own. So I am keeping this blank and trying to teach you how to fill the colors in some blank board. And sometimes when something new is going to happen, when we are going to learn something for the first time, for the future, obviously I cannot rely on you only. So me and you both together have to work, and that's why we are doing partnership. Okay, officially I can say, yes, now officially I can say this is the last session of our chapter, reconstruction of partnership. Last question even. But let me tell you, we are not ending this chapter. Yes, this is last session, but don't feel that this chapter, this topic ends. No. With this, we are starting something new. And that's why this houseful board is there. This jam-packed board with so many things written over here is that. Even if you remember, I told you in my last session also that next lecture will be one of the most important lecture. Why? Why is it so? Because from this lecture you are going to learn something which will be extremely useful to you in next two chapters. Admission of partnership, not partnership but partner rather. Admission of a partner and retirement or death of a partner. These two chapters, constantly in each and every question you have to go through this kind of stuff. Okay? First of all, let me tell you what will be there in that two chapters. So it's important for you to understand how we are going to do this, but that you can understand with this concept only. In advance, let me inform, in chapter 5 and 6, in both the chapters, I am talking about long questions only, they will give you a balance sheet and some useful information, some useful data in form of additional information or adjustments. Yes, the similar kind of things you are going to have in this chapter also. The difference is, what is the difference? The minor difference is that in this chapter, or rather in this question, they give you revaluation account ready. In this question you can go through. Revaluation account is already given. But in admission and retirement chapters, they give you a balance sheet and some adjustments. And as a part of answer, solution, you have to prepare 4 formats. First, normally in chronological order, yes. First, revaluation account. You already know that, how to prepare it. Second, partners capital account. We are going to learn these things today. Third, cash or bank account, which is extremely easy and short, so not to worry about it. And fourth, last, that is balance sheet. 4 formats. Again, balance sheet we are going to study over here. So at the end of the session, what will happen? You know how to prepare evaluation. definitely will know, you'll be sure how to prepare partner's capital account, how to prepare even balance sheet. Now it's a matter of a small cash or bank account and some toppings, some add-on things, specially for admission. So if you do this very perfectly in that chapter of admission or retirement, you have to learn the additional things only. Means almost 80% of the question, definitely you are going to have the base. Remaining 20, you work for it and will get 8 out of 8 in each question. You know that. In 12th, it's not at all tough. It's not at all tough to secure great marks. You may not know that, but we are having so many. I'm not going to tell you the name because there are so many names. But we are having so many such students securing between 60 to 70, I'm talking about percentage, between 60 to 70 percentage in 10th. And surprisingly, yes, they are having sparkling results in 12th by securing 80, 82, 85, 87 percentage. I'm talking about percentage. Now you just imagine where we are. It's really great. And if a person of 65, 68% is securing 85, the jump of 15, 18 percentage, what about the student who secured say 80% in 10th? They can have a dream of securing 90% or so and can get the board rank result. It should be your dream, not should be. It must be your dream. But just to see the dream, we have to go to bed. But you have to awake timely and start working to not to visualize the dream, but to materialize that dream. Let the dream convert into reality. With us, it's happening every time. At the 12th board result, in every year, we used to have such magic that even the students are not ready to believe, but we are having that confidence in our student. Now it's your turn. In next year board result, let's think. Let's try to visualize the surprising result we are going to have. We are. Because obviously it's a joint effort. Let's continue to deposit maximum marks or rather full marks in our bank of mark sheet. Yes. First of all, let's go through the question. It is question number 14. It is question number 14 of your textbook. Okay? We are going through the question first, very quickly, and then we will go through the answer. Even they told you to prepare journal entries. I am explaining how to prepare journal entry. But later on, first of all, we will go through everything like this. 3 partners, the two Daya and Tarak, having partnership with profit sharing ratio 4:3:2. Do concentrate in the question itself. Okay? Because if you cannot understand the question properly, obviously it will impact your solutions too. Old P&L ratio, that is 4:3:2. Their forms balance sheet as on 31/3/17 is as under. See, normal balance sheet is given, nothing new. Yeah, one particular thing they give, that is on the asset side they give you profit and loss account 27,000. Whenever profit and loss account is given on asset side, it is always, asset means always debit balance, and debit balance means it is a loss, and loss means you have to distribute it among the partners. Okay, otherwise there is nothing new. As on above balance sheet date, they changed the P&L ratio to 1:1:1. Previously it was, what it was? 4:3:2. Now it is 1:1:1. Following revaluation account is prepared. See, they already prepared a revaluation account without any mistake, obviously, for the revaluation of asset and liability. Revaluation account is also given as a part of question. Yes. On the debit side, machinery, furniture, investment, budget reserve, stock, outstanding expense, and bank order of interest. On credit side, it's land bidding, creditors, income receivable, and loss distributed to partners. Okay? One line adjustment is given. One line adjustment, which is very, very important. See, in all these questions, please do take care. I told you this so many times, but I cannot control myself because I saw that kind of results, that by committing a single mistake, I saw students securing 99 marks out of 100. Even our students. Really feel pity for them, because definitely they committed a minor mistake, and indirectly I can say they missed a chance to secure board first result in that particular subject. Because if you are securing 100 out of 100, that is board first result. Okay? So, take care of even minor adjustments. A claim of 5,000 was against Workers' Accident Compensation Fund. Against Workers' Accident Compensation Fund. Is that clear? Now let's go through the answer. What they say: from the above information, write journal entries and prepare partners' capital account and balance sheet after evaluation. Now, first, very important thing is they gave you revaluation account as a part of question. Normally it will not happen. Okay? But if revaluation account is already given like this, you can easily understand with the concept. See, try to go through the question again, not the entire one. I am explaining revaluation account. In revaluation account, on debit side, can I say reduction in asset, decrease in asset, and increase in liability will be given? Again, revaluation account, debit side. Only two matters is possible. Only two matters. One, reduction, decrease in asset. And second, increase in liability. Okay? I think you got my point. On credit side, benefits. On credit side of revaluation account, the reverse, that is increase in asset. Whenever asset increased, it's on credit side. And liability decreased, again on credit side. Because in both the cases, we are having benefit. You got my point, what I am saying? So on that basis, on the basis of this concept, you can say, just to make you aware of it, you can say that in the question, given revaluation account, machinery. So we can say machinery is reducing. Furniture is reducing. Investment again reduced. Bad debt reserve reduced. Stock reduced, because these all are assets. And when debit side it is given, it is showing reduction in asset. Outstanding expense and bank overdraft interest. These two are the liabilities. So it is increased. Okay? On credit side, they give you land bidding. I'm talking about question. Land bidding. Land bidding increased because it is on credit side. Creditors, liability. So decrease, cross. Income receivable, again credit side. And it's an asset. So asset increase. And loss. We all know very well, loss or profit must be distributed between the partners. Okay? So let's start solving the question with partners capital account and balance sheet. Then we will do journal entry. How you are supposed to do? First of all, you can draw the journal entries. Yes, over here we will have approximately 6 to 7 journal entries. 6 to 7 journal entries. Capital account and balance sheet. Do take care from the beginning. Don't do all these things in your fair work. Better option to do practice for this. So do it in rough work first, in your rough book. Get the conceptual clarity, and then with neat and clean handwritings and formats and title and everything, do it in your classwork. Okay? So let's continue. First of all, draw the format. Partners capital account, particulars, all three names, particular all three names. Now this is a part of final account, we can say. Okay? So like first chapter, we are not supposed to draw the column of date over here. We are not supposed to draw the date column, because this is happening on the single date. Which date? 31/3/2017. The question already given of this date. Okay? So the format, balance sheet format, nothing new. I am solving the question from balance sheet. Means the question balance sheet. So go through that. Okay, in the question, balance sheet from the liability side. See, we are always going to use the same pattern every time. In chapter 5, maybe we are going to solve 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever may be the number of questions, we are going to solve in the same pattern. Okay? Even in chapter 6, we are going to use the same pattern. Starting from liability side, one by one, solving all the adjustments. Then, after completing liability side, starting with asset, going to complete the assets. Okay? So please do use the same pattern every time to become an expert of it. Let's start. Liability side, first of all, partners capital 1,50,000, 50,000. Buy balance brought forward 1,50,000, 50,000. Is that clear? Very simple. Then reserves. Reserves must be distributed between the partners. Reserves must be distributed between the partners. And whenever distribution is there, always use old ratio. Clear? So let's continue. General reserve 36,000, distributed old ratio 4:3:2 by general reserve. Is that clear? We did journal entries also like this. Worker accident compensation fund. Workers accident compensation fund should be distributed between the partner, but an adjustment is there. Here in the adjustment they said claim of 5,000 is to be made. Here workers fund is given 23,000. Out of 23,000, 5,000 you have to keep it as claim. 5,000. Okay? The remaining 18,000, 23,000 minus 5,000 should be distributed to partner. Again, the amount given to you is 23,000. They said that it should be claimed with 5,000. So 5,000 from reserve you have to convert to provision. So here I got provision for workers' accident compensation. We are not using the word fund. Provision for workers' accident compensation. Is that clear? Whatever we are going to have as claim should be continued as liability. And the remaining 23,000 minus 5,000 should be distributed to partners. 18,000 in 4 is to 3 is to 2. All in all ratio only. Is that clear? Next one, from the question balance sheet we are doing. That is non-current liabilities. We are not supposed to write the titles, so don't worry. 9% bank loan, 40,000. It's a liability, no adjustment. So 9% bank loan, 40,000. Then creditors. Creditors. Now, at every time you have to check your revaluation account, because here adjustments are not given. Otherwise, we'll take the number of adjustments. Yeah. From revaluation, if you want to tick the matters, you can do the tick marks with right or do some asterisk or something like that. You can do tick marks in land bidding, creditors, machinery, furniture, investment, debtors, stock, even bank overdraft, all that. You can say these are the adjustments. Okay? But it's tough for you to imagine in this way. So what I am suggesting, every time you just go through the revaluation, whether this particular asset or liability, revalued or not. You are going to check that only. Okay? Revalued or not. Is that clear? So, very quickly, let's go through it. Here, creditors 50,000, and in revaluation account, credit side, cross means minus. Okay? So less, not payable 6,000. We'll get 44,000. Next one is bills payable 20,000. No adjustment, no matters in revaluation. Bank overdraft, in revaluation they say interest. You can add that in this, or you can give a separate entry also, like this. If you want to give separate entry, then it is a liability because outstanding interest. If you don't want to give separate entry, then this 8,000 must be in inner column plus outstanding interest. It is one and the same, does not make any change. Okay? Then nothing else. Liability side we completed. Mind well, liability side we completed. From the asset side, you may feel surprised. What about outstanding expense? But it is not given in the question. In question balance sheet, it is not given. Then why we are writing over here? We'll explain. Don't worry. Have faith. Okay? From the asset side, land and building 90,000. Now on the credit side it is given 10,000, means it is increased, same, straight. Okay? So then 90,000 plus increase 10,000, 1 lakh. Machinery 80,000. In revaluation it is given cross, so minus. Machinery 80,000 less decrease 35,000. Net 45,000 by deducting this. Then very simple, furniture 20,000. Again in revaluation on debit side, again decrease 5,000, so 15,000. Then investment 15,000, decrease because given on debit side of revaluation 3,000, so 12,000 is the answer. Then investment 15, yes we did it. Debtors 80,000. Now in question itself, it is given bad debt 4,000. So we also wrote bad debt 4,000. Then in question, take care. In question it is given bad debt reserve 6,000. But if you check your revaluation account, listen carefully, very important matter. If you check your revaluation account, in revaluation debit side it is given 10,000. 6,000 was already there. 6,000 bad debt reserve was already there. And in revaluation account, concentrate in the question of please. In revaluation account, they give you more 10,000. So 6,000 plus 10,000, overall 16,000 is the amount of bad debt reserve. And so 76 minus 16 come to 60. Again 6,000 is given in the question. In revaluation we are having 10,000. So total bad debt reserve we have to count as 16,000. You can check in reverse way. If we are writing 16,000 over here and 6,000 is already given in the question, in revaluation what you are supposed to write? 2 bad debt reserve into bracket 16,000 minus 6,000, 10,000. Here it is reversed. 10,000 is already given, 6,000 is already given, so we are adding it. Okay? These are the tough topics, huh? Please do rewind this lecture. Do go through this lecture twice or thrice. It's important. At least these topics, not the entire lecture, these topics. Bills receivable, as there is no adjustment, 5,000. Stock, 15,000. And in revaluation debit side, so less 3,000, outer column 12,000. Then cash balance, normally not having adjustment, 55,000. And profit and loss account, question balance sheet mark future is given in the balance sheet of question. Profit and loss account, it is a loss, 27,000. Should be debited to partners capital account. 12,000, 9,000, 6,000. 27,000 in 4 is to 3 is to 2. Is that clear? Sure. Here we ends questions balance sheet. Question mean balance sheet complete. Now go through revaluation account. Is there anything left? Let's go through. From the debit side, let's go through. Machinery, we already did. Furniture, completed. Investment, completed. Bad debt reserve, already completed. Stock, completed. Outstanding expense, it is not there. So that is, what does it mean? That is given in adjustment. So balance sheet will not having that particular matter. Adjustment itself take through. So we have to do it separate. Outstanding expense is a liability. So on liability side, outstanding expense 2,000. And bank overdraft interest, we already did it while writing bank overdraft. From credit side, if asset it is increased, if If liability, it is decreased. Land building 10,000 increased, already written. Creditors 6,000, we already took this over here. Income receivable, again it's not given in the question. Again it's not given in the question, means question's balance sheet is not having this item. So we wrote separately. Receivable income, you can write outstanding income, it is one and the same, 3,000. Okay? Then by partners capital account, loss is given in the question. They already distributed 18,000, 13,500 and 9,000 in old ratio. So that loss to revaluation account, into bracket you can write loss, which is not compulsory, 18,000, 13,500, 9,000. Okay? Here we end the entire question. Here we end the entire question. We paused everything in the ledger and balance sheet we prepared. Yes, a claim of 5,000, we already did it over here in workman accident compensation. Here, now, very simple. It's a matter of totaling the things. And you know it very well how to do it. Partners capital account, normally always having credit side total bigger one. So 1,24,000, one by one, please do take care. Don't do total of all these three. Because if you do these three totals, and if you write it like this, if you write 62,000 over here, 68,000 over here, again, everything you do in the best possible way, small minor mistake, and they'll cut your half mark, 1 mark or maybe more. I don't think so that it is needed to do all these three together. So do it one by one. The total is 1,24,000. The same total, do right over here. Then by deducting this 30,000, you will get 94,000 as balance. As per our regular tradition, we are making question mark in balancing figure. For Daya, the total is 68,000, use calculator properly. And by deducting this two, you will get the balance 45,500. And Tarak, doing total 62,000, writing the same on debit side, finding the difference 47,000. This is the closing balance of partners capital. Must be written over here. Okay? Opening balance given in the question, we write over here. By doing the total, whatever the difference, known as closing capital, it must be written over here. The two, 94,000, Daya 45,500 and Tarak 47,000. Overall total 1,86,500. Then very simple, nothing new. Do the total. Please do take care, use calculator properly. Instead of 1 0, you put the switch of 2 zeros. Or if you are having 3 zeros switch, instead of 2 you may do it 3. And you are not, unfortunately, you are not constantly thinking about the possibility of answer. So here instead of 3,07,000, if you got more than 10 lakh by putting one more zero somewhere, then also you feel okay. Actually, you must concentrate in the figure. That here, the remaining are in thousands, only one figure in lakh. So it must be nearby 3-4 lakh, somewhat like that. So if zero mistake is there, if you received, say 80,000 or somewhat like that, or 12 lakh, 15 lakh, somewhat like that, automatically you can come to know that we did some mistake. Okay? So take care. Total 3,07,000. Here we add these two formats. Is there any problem? Question? Queries? Confusion? Yes. Chances of this. Do revise the topic again, twice, thrice, I am telling you. This is the first option you should apply. Okay? If not, means after revising this topic once, twice, still if you are not understanding the topic, do write it in your book, not the textbook obviously, in your classwork, that in this topic we are having some question. You can ask me by messaging me or somewhat like that, or when we'll meet, obviously one-to-one, we'll make it clear, don't worry. But first of all, attempt must be from your end. Now, the last point, that is journal entries. Yes, here we completed this journal entry. Normally, many of you may feel, why doing journal entry? Why to prepare it separately? Means from revaluation account, when we are preparing journal entry from revaluation account, can't we do a combined entry of credit side and a combined entry of debit side? So by doing two entries only, we can complete the entire revaluation account? No, bachelo. It will not be possible, it will not be valid even. When adjustments are given. Because in that case, you have to do entry as per the adjustments. For each and every adjustment, you must have at least one entry. So if 7 adjustments are given, you have to do 7 entries. But in this question, I can give you a favor, because revaluation account is given in the question, because revaluation account is already given in the question, we can do combined entry again. Listen carefully, don't ask me afterwards. Because revaluation account is given in the question, which will not happen in chapter 5 and 6. Okay, so we have to do entry separately. But in this question we can do combined entry. How to do that combined entry? Okay, let's go through again. First of all, draw the format of journal entries. Already drawn, that's good. Now, from the debit, okay, let's take debit side of revaluation account. From the debit side of revaluation account. Don't look at this, otherwise you may get confused. Look at your question given in the textbook. Debit side of revaluation account. As per our pattern, from ledger to journal entry. Okay? From which side we are taking? Which side? Debit side. So, in the entry, revaluation account must be debited. Okay? So, you can do entry like that. Revaluation account debited 59,500. The total of revaluation. Revaluation account debited 59,500 to, now one by one individual item. Revaluation account debited 59,500 to machinery account 35,000, to furniture account 5,000, to investment account 3,000, to bad debt reserve account 10,000, to stock account 3,000, to outstanding expense account 2,000, and to outstanding interest on overdraft account 1,500. Here the total of credit side is also 59,500. Okay? Revaluation account debited to all this item individually. Clear? Now from credit side of revaluation account. Credit side of revaluation account. Take care, loss is there. So you have to do, actually in revaluation you have to do 3 entries. 1 of debit, 1 of credit, and 1 of profit or loss. Okay? So from credit side of revaluation account, so we have to credited revaluation account and debited the individual name. So land and building account debited 10,000, creditors account debited 6,000, receivable income account debited 3,000, 2 because only 3 are there. Then the loss is there. So loss you are going to have a separate entry. Land and building account debited, creditors account debited, income receivable account debited, 2 revaluation account 19,000. Okay? Now take care. In first entry you debited revaluation account 59,500. Use your calculator. Revaluation account debited 59,500. In second entry, revaluation account credited 19,000. In first entry, revaluation debited 59,500. In second entry, revaluation credited 19,000. Now find out the difference between revaluation, debit, credit. That is exactly of your loss amount. 40500, 40,500. So a special separate entry for loss. Loss is the revaluation ma credit side che. So distributed in partner, that is Dattu's capital account debited, Daya's capital account debited, Tarak's capital account debited to revaluation account. Again, Dattu's capital account debited, Daya's capital account debited, Tarak's capital account debited to revaluation account. Here we have the journal entry of revaluation account. Now, in case of journal entries related to capital account, we cleared entries of, yes, revaluation account. 3 entries. 1 credit side entry, 1 debit side entry. These 2 entries must be of assets and liabilities only, and 1 for profit or loss on revaluation. Okay? Now from capital account, because we are having 2, 1 revaluation account, second capital account, 2 accounts. We can never do an entry from balance sheet because it is a statement. Okay? From capital account, take care. You can never do an entry of opening or closing balance. You can never do an entry of opening or closing balance because balances do not have any ledger. Okay? So if we do an entry, we can't post it into ledger. Is that clear? So opening balance will not have any entry. For general reserve, we know that very well. We passed that entries previously. Very, very simple. General reserve always having credit balance. So the entry should be to cancel general reserve. General reserve account debited to Dattu's capital account 16,000, Daya's capital account 12,000, Tarak's capital account 8,000. That is in 4:3:2. Okay? This is the entry of general reserve. Workman accident compensation fund. Now take care. A very important point. For workman accident compensation fund, we were having in questions balance sheet, we were having total 23,000 rupees. Yes. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. The entry should be, because we are keeping 5,000 as provision. Okay? So the entry should be, again, fund having credit balance 23,000 in the question should be cancelled. Yes. So workman accident compensation fund account debit 23,000. 23,000. Yes. Have patience. Workman accident compensation fund account debit 23,000 to provision for workers accident compensation. To provision for workers accident compensation 5,000 to the Tools capital account 8,000 to Dayas capital account 6,000 to Tarak's capital account 4,000. Again, worker accident compensation fund account debit 23,000 to provision for workers accident compensation. See, we are converting the amount of fund or reserve into provision. Provision has to be made. Provision has to be paid. Okay? Rupees 5,000 to the Tools capital account 8,000, Dayas capital account 6 and Tarak's capital account 4,000. Overall total credit side 5,000 plus 8,000 plus 6,000 plus 4,000, 23,000. Very important entry. Take care. This entry is one of the most important topic of next chapter. That is chapter 5, admission of a partner. We completed this General Reserve and Workman Accident Compensation Fund. From debit side, revaluation. We already passed an entry for the same while doing revaluation. For P&L account, again we already passed this entry. If not, you can pass like this. P&L account is a loss. Loss always having debit balance. Okay? Debit balance cancel. So P&L account should be credited and partners account should be debited. So the entry is the Tools capital account debited 12,000, Dayas capital account debited 9,000, Tarak's capital account debited 6,000 to profit and loss account. The Tools capital debit, Dayas capital debit, Tarak's capital debit to P&L account. Is it clear? For closing balance, will never have any entry. Here we ends the overall entry of this question. Again, how many entries we passed? 1 for debit side of revaluation, 2nd for credit side of revaluation, 3rd for profit or loss on revaluation, 4th that is for general reserve, 5th workman accident compensation fund, 6th P&L account. Overall here we ends. Is it clear? But take care, you can't do this kind of combined entry if revaluation account is not given in the question. Okay? Finally, we are ending this chapter with this detailed discussion of capital account, balance sheet, journal entries and everything. I hope that you are very much clear with the fundamentals of reconstruction of partnership. Now, next we are going to start admission of a partner. Very good chapter, will give you really full marks, can easily be taken from that chapter. But it's all depends on the regularity of your work. Just to see the video lecture is not enough. You have to do proper practice. Okay, materials will be provided to you either in form of PDF or in any way, but you have to solve it timely to get the fundamentals very clear. Okay, be ready to admit a partner in a profit-making partnership firm. Yes, when we are there, always it must be a profit-making partnership firm. Okay? Till then, stay happy, stay safe.